Hello, everyone. My name is Slappy Burger, and welcome back to my journeys through Minecraft. Um, Last episode we built this house here, and this is going to be our house for a while. Um, it took us about 30 minutes to build. The entire last episode was pretty much just building this house. But since the last episode, I have made some additions to it. Starting out, I filled it up with a bunch of stuff. The painting, obviously, got our beds now. This chest here, this is full of all the like first tools and stuff. First diamonds in here. This is just kind of where I'm putting these for now. Um, Originally, I just had these two chests in here, and I very quickly ran out of storage. This first chest here just holds all the coal. This one has nothing. We'll figure out something for it. Probably food, honestly, is going to go in that one. Lots of furnaces, crafting table. And then down here, I decided to make a sort of storage room, sort of a cellar. Um, I used some moss stone just for some extra color here and there. But yeah, pretty much all the items that we have are in these chests. Um, I also did some mining off camera. We're up to 54 diamonds now, and we have quite a bit of gold, a bit of redstone, a lot more iron. I have a lot of wool. I'm still collecting wool for that thing I want to do, which we'll get there. We got the wood chest. We have stone and cobblestone, sand and glass in this chest, and then dirt and gravel in this one. And then this is just miscellaneous stuff that I didn't really have space for. Um, but yeah, this episode we are going to be making a mob grinder. Now, I kind of have to do some testing because originally what I was thinking was we come over here real quick. Obviously we have this zombie spawner over here. We found it on the second episode. It's just underneath this hill right here that I'm looking at. Originally what I kind of intended to do with it was I was going to make it a kind of a dropper. So the mobs would spawn in here, and then I would probably force them probably either this way or this way, into a tube that would funnel them up out here, and then kind of carry them over and then drop them back down, where I could just kind of punch them and harvest them for loot. Now, I was giving it some thought, and I don't know if the dropper spawner is the right way of doing it. The reason I say that is because we don't have columns, like bubble columns, that you can make using soul sand and magma. Now, that's not to say that it won't work. I'm still going to test it. But we may have to settle for a more conventional drowning kind of spawner, or just a general hack at him with a sword kind of spawner. But of course, we're going to test that out. And I kind of walked all the way over here without any of the resources or anything, but I think we're going to go ahead, walk back over there. We're actually going to make some diamond tools. I think it's time. We got the diamonds. I think it's time we make ourselves a nice set of diamond, at least a diamond pickaxe and a diamond sword. And we'll use those for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, just go and make some diamond tools real quick. And we'll get mining. Ourselves diamond pick. And a diamond sword. This feels really nice to have. This is really nice to have. You just come over here and hit this sheep. See what I mean pretty quick. These things are powerful. Yes, sir. Yeah, this thing will two-shot hostile mobs. It'll one-shot passive mobs. Yeah, this is great. And of course, diamond is the best tier in this version, so we'll be mining really fast now. All right, now that we're back at the spawner, the first thing we have to do is mine out 4 blocks in every direction. So, let's see, 1, 2, 4. So we need to mine out to here. 4, mine out to here. 4, and so this is the walls that we have to mine out to. And we also got to make sure that the roof goes up 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and this will be 4 right here. All right. So I have the hole for it mined out. I believe we place water here. It should flow perfect. So yeah, it doesn't flow all the way, which is what we want, because we need somewhere to funnel them. So this one, I'm just gonna, I don't know if I want it here. Actually, I do want it here. I want it to go sort of that way. And then, if I'm correct, we're going to funnel them there. I want it to go this way. So, yeah, we want to build it. We want to dig it out that way. Then we want to, I think, go one more. Let's see if I put water here. Yes. So we first want them to flow into here, and then we want them to flow this way 8 blocks. So if this is correct, this should be the right length right here. And yes, that's perfect. You know, honestly, I'm thinking about it. Maybe we don't even need to make it that long. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to make... We're going to make a sign. And what I think what we're going to do is we're going to funnel them, right? Then we're going to put a sign here. And then water there. Maybe this will need a little bit more testing. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it so that they funnel and then they start moving up. Now, the thing is in order to get this to work, we're going to have to make them solid blocks of water all the way up. Since we don't have strings and no way of, or, since we don't have, like, columns is what I should say, we're going to have to figure out a way to get them to funnel here and then go up without the water pushing them back. If I put a sign here, all of this is starting to... If I fill this... Hold on. Let me cook. Oh, goodness. Okay. That could be the big break we're looking for right there. So they're gonna... It looks weird. It looks very weird because the water's, like, flowing up. But that forces them into it, and then they're gonna want to go up. So I think that's the play right here. It's this. Um, Now the question is how many blocks can we drop them without them dying? Because I would still like to kind of see them going through, even if it's not a very tall column. I want to see them kind of going through it. So this is 14 blocks right here. It's at the surface. So I'm just gonna 14. So this is 14 blocks right here. Zombies, I believe, have 20 health, right? So what is the max height that a... I'm actually going to have to do some testing too, because I just realized on top of getting them up here, I also have to funnel them this way so that they can fall back down. So what I'm trying to test now is if I do this, obviously that'll... That if I just... Oh, yes, sure. Oh, yes, sir. I am actually cooking right now. So just so you're curious what I'm doing, I need to figure out a way to obviously, like, once they get up here, make them go this way. And I wanted to see if making sure that they had even this air gap right here would be enough to let them go through. Just like that. So we know that that'll work. So that's good. That's very good. This is proving to be... This is forcing me to think a lot more than I thought I would think. And honestly, I'm all for it. I need to wrap my brain around some things, even if it's something like making a mob grinder in beta Minecraft. So I think for now we'll just for now we will just remember that this is at 14. And then I think we'll go ahead and fill up this column with water. And get on with it from there. All right, I've got my infinite water source, and now I have to slowly climb my way up through this entire thing while making sure that every block, it's a water source block placed on top of it. If even a single one of these is not a source block, I'm pretty sure the mob will just get stuck, and then it'll start drowning in here. And we don't want that. So this is the 14 mark, and we'll just really quickly go down. We put the water here, right? They should just funnel in and then immediately start swimming up. And oh, well, we should have more than enough breath for that, right? We have more than enough. So now we can go a bit taller. We're going to remember this is 14, though. I think I'll start building some stuff to get, you know, it a little bit taller. If I remember correctly, a 22 block drop is what kills them. So this is 14, 15, 16, 17, 2. I think that's how tall this has to be. I'm making this out of cobblestone first, because if I make it out of glass and then it's too tall, then I'm gonna have to restart the whole process. So before we even build the dropper to that point, we have to make sure that they're not dying before that with the water. So now we get to fill it up again. Now that we're all the way to the surface, I'm not going to make this out of glass yet, because I don't want to have to deal with this not working and then breaking all of it. But this should be 22 blocks tall right here. So the sign Oh gosh. I'm like stupid. So yeah, the sign should go right here. And then that. Should go like this. That should flow all the way over. So this is the drop point, would be right here. Regardless of how tall this needs to be, this will be the drop point. So now we just have to test this bad boy. So, suppose I'll need some ladders. A whole bunch of those. They'll go over there. Their thing. I think I was on top of that one. It's going to be a lot more agonizing than I thought, I guess. I think they're not going over there. I hope the reason they're not going over there is because I'm in here and not because Uber. Out this way, because then we can build under us. Ah, made this way more difficult than I should have. It's getting night now. So I need to sleep again. Fill this in with dirt. Those are all going to despawn anyway, so we'll test this again after we sleep. I was just thinking about it. There is a chance that I'm going to have the water drop extra, like, block or so. Man, that thing is... yeah, that thing's kind of ugly. But it's okay. It's alright. I'm all for ugly builds. More food. But I just want to see if they actually do end up dropping into here. Also, just to demonstrate this bow. Yes, sir. Alright, so let's see. Are they spawning in here? Yes, they are. Do that. Oh my god, it works. Oh my god, it works. Oh. Hey, some of them are gonna die. I wonder why. Why are some of them dying and some of them aren't? Ah, it's because they're taking fall damage in there. Interesting. You know, I could just do this, right? Maybe if I slab it? Ah, maybe we'll just make the... just raise the kill chamber a bit. But see, yeah, they're taking a lot of fall damage, especially when they spawn way up there. So, if we just keep raising this until they're not dying, like, consistently. I mean, honestly, I think I'm okay with this height. Because most of them die to one punch. And, see, I want this to partially also be a, XP farm later on. But, I don't know why I'm worried about it being an XP farm. I think, I'm gonna have a better grinder for mobs in general than this when XP actually becomes a thing. But this is cool that it's working. So now we can open that thing back up, light it up, and build this out of glass. Oh, this is wide open. Oh. Some of them might be drowning. So now we're going to get glass and we're going to do the most agonizing part of this whole thing, and that is replacing all of this with glass. I also just realized I'm going to have to smelt quite a bit more glass because this is all the glass I have is in my inventory right now. So these 2 stacks and the 15. So we're going to have to smelt just a lot more glass. Honestly, not a big problem. We're probably going to use glass quite a bit anyway. So now that we have glass, we will be able to make this thing look better. Hello, creeper. Stay over there. The sucky part about this is that every time we break one of these blocks, the water is going to flow. Oh. Okay, maybe this won't be as bad as I thought. Maybe I was overreacting a little bit. If I if I'm thinking about this correctly, this probably still needs to be an actual block because they will get set on fire during the day without the water. So just need to make sure that that doesn't kill them. I also just realized we are absolutely blowing through our diamond pickaxe's durability. Kind of crazy. We should be able to just seal this off. Actually, before we completely seal it off, fix the water. The sign, go right here. Place the water here. Perfect. Now, get to do the scariest task of all. Making sure that this thing still works as glass. This fall damage is like it's like actually just destroying my armor. That. There they are. There. Down they go. So glad this works. So glad this works. This is easily the longest video I've ever done. It's coming up on 1 hour and 20 minutes now. I'm definitely going to cut out a lot of stuff, but I'm just very happy this works. And now it's time to go to sleep again. Actually, walking back and forth from this has just been, I just feel like Sisyphus. I walk over here, I sleep, and then I walk back. I do notice that some of them are drowning, the water going up, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, in terms of like XP and stuff like that, we'll make a better grinder for XP for sure. So I'm not too worried about, you know, the zombie surviving. Able to see me? So some of them do drown in there, I guess. I feel like some of them are definitely able to see me. Then, of course, the entrance to our thing is right here. Probably make a better entrance some other time. I can just punch him. Yes, this is going to be very good for feathers. So if we need feathers, we got feathers. It would have been better if it was a skeleton spawner, but I'll take a zombie spawner anytime. Right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here. Hopefully, after editing, it's not going to be super long, because right now I'm looking at OBS, and it is at an hour and just shy of 25 minutes. So hopefully after editing, it's not nearly as long. I'm going to cut it down quite a bit, but I am Slappy Burger. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a blessed evening.